more. In diplomacy, Volodymyr Zelensky is active on both fronts. He is already in Berlin, where peace talks will be held tomorrow with the participation of the American delegation, the French president, the British prime minister, and the German chancellor. The most important thing is that Donald Trump's representatives and our European partners will be there, many people who care about a peaceful agreement and ending the war. Final preparations are underway in the German capital. There can be no major breakthrough because the talks will take place without the participation of the aggressor, Vladimir Putin. But Kiev is counting on the support of Berlin, Paris, and London, which, especially at the beginning of Russia's barbarism, justified the Kremlin's criminal actions.
What I see is a strong Europe, united behind Ukraine and united behind our long-standing values of freedom and democracy, and I will always stand up for those values and those freedoms.
Europe has long delayed negotiations. Donald Trump set an example by initiating and continuing peace talks, and he will send his peace envoy Steve Witkoff to Berlin, among others the president of Finland, who appreciates the actions of the U.S. administration, has announced his presence.
President Trump is very engaged in diplomacy and dialogue with different leaders around the world. And Prime Minister Meloni and I had the opportunity to speak with him this morning.
After talks in the German capital, Volodymyr Zelensky will fly to Poland. The visit is planned for Friday. The office of the President of Poland has proposed to the Ukrainian side a meeting between Presidents Karol Nawrocki and Volodymyr Zelensky on December 19th in Warsaw. The details of the planned visit are being finalized. The main topics of the talks to be held in Warsaw will concern security, economic, and historical issues. Our part of Europe is an important region for Donald Trump's administration. Yesterday, thanks to the efforts of his officials, 123 oppositionists imprisoned by Alexander Lukashenko were released, including Nobel Peace Prize laureate Ales Bialiatski, who spent 4.5 years in Belarusian labor camps. Freedom means that I will be able to hug my loved ones and meet with my colleagues, because I intend to continue the fight for a democratic Belarus. The release of oppositionists and other prisoners in Belarus, including a Pole and Ukrainians, was made possible by Donald Trump's officials, who negotiated the terms of the agreement by easing economic sanctions against Belarus. Among those released were Maria Kolesnikova, a close associate of Svetlana Tikhanovskaya, Viktor Babaryka, and Maxim Znak. Among those still in captivity is an activist of the Union of Poles in Belarus and a journalist, Ales Bialiatski. Ales Bialiatski, who became one of the symbols of the fight against Lukashenko's regime, survived harsh imprisonment and today, now free, has no intention of giving up. This is not the end of the fight for freedom and independence in Belarus. At least that is what all the released oppositionists are saying.